Hello everybody, my name is Fraser and this is my story about how I lost 115 pounds, and for those that don't use the correct measurements, that is 50 kg. And I know what you're thinking, exercise, eating healthy, it's just not for me. And don't worry my friends, because this video is sponsored by these definitely not, well, they're illegal in some countries. Sponsored by Vitamin Gun. No, we're not doing that. We are certainly not that channel, and I am certainly not that guy. Because I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not an expert in health, and I certainly should not be giving tutorials on certain extreme diets, or diets just in general. I'm not an expert, I didn't go to university for that. I am not the guy to give you guys advice on how to gain or lose weight. I mean, the gain weight bit might be a bit of a lie, but we don't need to look at my delivery order history. No, nobody needs to see that. But it does seem in this social media stratosphere, in the world of monetary gain, we actually do the exact opposite of that. Well, I say we, I mean your favorite influencers. Well, favorite, I mean, just influencers. Because there does seem to be this trend of a lot of influencers out there going through body transformations, whether they gain weight, put on muscle, lose muscle, and then they immediately turn their attention to making profits. And I think that trend is quite worrying. I think a lot of influencers know that when it comes to diet culture on this platform, they can make a lot of money, they can get a lot of views and a lot of attention. And I just want to let you guys in for a little secret. They don't have your best interests at heart. Just because your favorite influencer lost a bunch of weight, they had a successful diet, that doesn't mean you're going to have that successful diet if you do what these influencers did and say they did. And for a good portion of these influencers that lose this weight, come out with these big videos on how to do it, they're probably lying for one, but also you need to remember you have a different body to everyone else. I'm a 6'2", 200-pound man. I know for sure that my diet will be different for a lot of other people when it comes to affecting their health, their mental well-being, and just in general, the time it takes to lose weight. I should not, a 6'2" man, be giving weight loss advice to a 5'4", I don't know, 4'2" woman. That just isn't a thing that should happen, because obviously our body types are so different. And the problem with a lot of these videos on YouTube to do with diet culture, it can result in a lot of dangerous eating habits for the people watching the videos who consume the content and believe that the way their favorite influencer lost weight is the way that they should lose weight, and that can result in a lot of deep, dark, scary paths. So before we go any further, I do just want to say that this video will be containing topics related to diet culture, and if that understandably triggers you, I highly suggest you click off this video now. But what I want to do in today's video is speak about my personal experience with diet culture and the ongoing problem with diet culture on YouTube, and how it has very much badly affected a lot of creators out there in the pursuit of monetary gain, and just in general I want to lose weight, but kind of getting blindsided by the part of actually making, you know, the top dollar. And I'm going to be using a specific influencer that I have spoken about before as today's, I guess, case study. But before we get into that, I do just want to say, I know that you guys don't care about the whole 50% of all of you guys aren't subscribed thing, so instead, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to threaten you. Yes, YouTube TOS, you heard that correctly. If you don't subscribe to this YouTube channel right now, I will send today's case study to your house at 3 AM to politely ask you if you could subscribe, because I would really appreciate it. And if you don't, well, nothing will happen. You'll probably just actually make Amberlynn a little bit sad, because yes, today's topic of interest is, of course, Amberlynn Reid.
So, today is day one. I'm back on Weight Watchers. I'm gonna give it a go. And in this video, I wanna show you guys everything that I eat on day one. But this video is strictly what I'm gonna be eating for each meal that he told me to eat. This is not, I'm not just like making this up and pulling this out of my butt, I promise. He told me what to eat, how much to eat. Fun thing is, I don't have to count calories. So this video is about weight loss. I'm going to be sharing my weight, what I'm going to be doing to lose weight. So it's the end of the night and I want to share with you guys how I plan on losing weight. I'm being a little drastic with myself, but I think I need it, because the fact that I'm almost 500 pounds is like What the
Now this is Amberlynn Reid, a YouTuber that has been frequently spoken about on this platform by a multitude of creators who have made some fantastic videos, including myself. And if you did just kind of clock, Amberlynn has had a little bit of a history with diets, diet culture in general, of where Amberlynn seemingly has tried almost every single diet under the sun to lose weight. And as you can probably tell from the videos, it really hasn't resulted in much, and it is a case of Amberlynn will start a diet and then the next week end the diet and then the week after that start a new diet, and it is a process which has brought in a lot of criticism of Amberlynn, stating that, you know, she probably now is only doing this for monetary gain because Amberlynn is aware that these videos are controversial and will garner a lot of views. Amberlynn Reid is a quote-unquote weight loss YouTuber who is known for starting her journey of weight loss back in 2014 when she weighed 360 pounds, and now 8 years down the line, Amberlynn is currently sitting at 495 pounds. And now I know what you're probably thinking, why do we care? Why is this my business as an influencer? What have I got to do with anybody's body? And you're actually kind of right there, but also you're kind of not, so please just shut up for a second. But you're right. It's not my business what you do with your body. But I can talk about somebody who I believe is a victim of diet culture on social media. Diet culture is obviously an industry that plagues this world. Now, naturally, I do believe that it is good to stay on top of your health, to eat the right things and do a lot of exercise. I do think when it comes to diet culture, there are two good and bad sides. Ultimately, you should stay in check of your health. That's a pretty obvious thing to say, but also you shouldn't be extreme with it. You shouldn't take these radical methods of losing weight or gaining weight in a short period of time. And I think the problem is when it comes to speaking about this form of culture in the world is that so many people want to say the right thing and so many people want to say the wrong thing, where it can just lead to two extremes. I think that you should eat healthy foods to an extent. You're allowed to have unhealthy foods. You should exercise. These aren't controversial takes, but it seems that because of this heavy topic, a lot of people are afraid to say that, yeah, you should be on top of your health. But I can understand why this is such a controversial and heated topic, because the diet industry is a multi-million-dollar industry where there are so many brand new, specific, quirky diets designed to not actually help you be healthier, but to increase the fat pockets of multi-millionaire businessmen. And the sad part is that there is a lot of fascination with losing weight in specific. I know gaining weight is also a thing a lot of people want to do, but when it comes to diets, typically it mainly is in the media anyway, focused around losing weight, and there is this big fascination with it, and a lot of influencers will jump on diet. I can't speak English. A lot of influencers will jump on these diet trends, making a lot of videos and naturally gaining a lot of profit, which can only bring in criticism of, do they really have your interests at heart? And I don't think so. So when I see somebody like Amberlynn Reid doing a new diet nearly every single month, I do start to ask questions about the sincerity of this weight loss journey. And I understand that I have regularly spoken about Amberlynn Reid. I am only bringing Amberlynn into this because I think she is probably the most spoken about diet YouTuber that possibly is in terms of controversy. And I understand that there are other controversies aside from dieting with Amberlynn, and I'm not going to be covering them today, but you can like today's video if you would want me to do that. I'm not going to do it today. I just want to speak about how diet culture has specifically affected Amberlynn and her channel.
Amberlynn is doing Weight Watchers.
You guys can see, I'm not doing as good as I definitely could be, should be. So I have officially decided. I know you guys are like, oh my God, Amberlynn, you do every diet in the world. You are just a failure. And honestly, yes. I very much feel like a failure. Today is day one. I'm back on Weight Watchers. I'm gonna give it a go.
And she states that she has 83 points for each day.
Okay, so just to let everyone know, I get 83 daily points to eat every day. And then I get 28 weekly points, which is just like extra points if I wanna have like a cheat day.
I'm not joking, in the literal first video, the first day on Weight Watchers, she goes way over her allotted points. If you're not familiar with Weight Watchers, it's basically just a simplified version of macros or calories. It's just a simplified version of that, right? So she goes way over her calories. She gets McDonald's, and that literally basically is the trend for all of the videos that have been uploaded. She says, I'm on Weight Watchers, I went over. Or, I'm gonna do a 5,000 calorie cheat day and let me film all of this.
So instead of making a smart decision, I made a stupid decision.
Now, I'm going to be fully honest with you. I don't believe that Amberlynn Reid started YouTube at a goal to make money. I believe Amberlynn genuinely wanted to lose weight. It was a very valid journey that they wanted to go on, and vlogging it, documenting it, was a very healthy way of kind of staying on top of things and letting people see her journey. And I think that really started off with a place of sincerity, but over time I think the money, the monetary gain, the views, the subscriptions, just the controversy and attention, I think that slowly started to, I guess, cloud Amberlynn's judgment and view and perception of losing weight and gaining money and views. And honestly, this is very easy when there are just so many diets in this world. You've got the paleo diet, the vegan diet, the low carb diet, the Dukan diet, the ultra low fat diet, the Atkins diet, the HCG diet, intermittent fasting, keto, alternate day fasting, Weight Watchers, the 5-2 diet, the Stillman. There's just so many diets. And the worst part is that half of these diets are the exact same thing. They are identical, just rebranded. I know there's a lot of people that like keto, but it basically is just the Atkins diet, and then it's just a low carb diet. Like, they are the same diet, maybe just a little bit changed, you know? And if you are doing those diets, that's fine. I'm not criticizing you, but we do have to acknowledge that there are a lot of wealthy businessmen out there that make these diets in order to get a lot of profit. And the same thing goes for these influencers, because ladies and gentlemen, influencers are also businessmen and businesswomen and business MBs. This is a thing. They want to make money, and a lot of these fitness YouTubers know that making different videos about different diets is obviously going to make money. And the main factor of that is, well, imagine you put on a few pounds after Christmas and you want to lose weight, You're thinking, how can I get those pounds off quickly? You type in quick fast diet on YouTube and suddenly it's, whoa, I lost 1 pound in the space of a day. I lost 1 stone in a week. And then you instantly think, wow, I want to do this. And then you go down some deep, dark, scary paths which can lead to very unhealthy eating patterns and possibly even worse things for your life, which could impact you for the rest of your life. And I think that's very sad, and I think it's actually extremely manipulative and dangerous that a lot of these influencers are capitalizing on this and making a lot of money on this without being genuine about it. I genuinely don't believe that most fitness influencers care about your or my health. But I do believe a lot of them did start with a genuine message, just like Amberlynn Reid, but I can't help but see this and think she has become a part of the machine, the diet industry machine. She has fallen victim and just become a part of it herself, and this is why I mentioned her weight gain from when she started to now, because the amount of extreme diets that Amberlynn has done has actually resulted in the exact opposite goal of what she originally intended. Now, you can argue she did this on purpose. She gained weight on purpose because she knew that if she lost weight, maybe people would tune out, which I don't agree with. Or you could say that, yeah, the extreme diets have contributed to this. Personally, I think it's all a mix. I think she definitely knows there's monetary gain there. I think she definitely does want to lose weight, but I also think that she is a victim of a predatory industry, which I have invited ObeseToBeast John to speak about.
What's going on? My name is John, or ObeseToBeast. Fraser asked me to help with this video, so that's what I am doing. A little bit about me. So I lost 180 pounds about almost a decade ago, and I make videos about weight loss on YouTube, as well as more recently, I do a lot of commentary videos on fitness as well as weight loss. So I'm just super excited to be here. The weight loss industry is estimated to be worth over $250 billion. So with all of that money, there are tons of corporations as well as influencers that want a piece of that pie. I think the most prevalent thing that you'll see on YouTube and just in general are extreme fad diets. So lose X amount of weight in X amount of time, they melt belly fat, do all these things. So these are things that are really prevalent that you see a lot of on the website. Something that I've noticed, people that are trying to lose weight, especially a substantial amount of weight, they are very vulnerable to these tricks. I think a lot of times because there's a certain level of desperation, you want to get the weight off, and so you want to believe that these fad diets, these extreme diets, these crazy schemes that feel like there's no way that could be true, you want to believe that it is true because you want to believe there is a way to lose the weight that is quick, easy, and is something that doesn't take a lot of effort. It's very easy to want that, and so it's very, very, very common for people to fall for these tricks that they are sold. I genuinely think the worst part about a lot of this stuff is that obviously I am a influencer, someone that has lost weight, that has a following. I have been approached by these companies, by these fad diets, and I have been approached and asked to sell their product. And the thing that's really dangerous, and I think is so wrong about that, one, I didn't use their product to lose the weight. And on top of that, the people that follow me have seen my success. And so it's really easy for them to trust me because of the success that I have had. And so it's very, very easy for me to use that trust and completely just use them and sell them a product that I know doesn't work. But I can make a lot of money, and sadly, a lot of people seem to take that route. Now, those are all the things that don't work that I obviously don't believe in. When it comes to actually losing weight and keeping that weight off, it's actually pretty simple. Now, it's important. Simple does not mean easy. Those are two completely different things. Losing weight is tough, even if you know what you are doing. But when it comes to losing weight, the best thing that you can do is be in a caloric deficit, find a way that works for you, find a sustainable way to be in that deficit, and that's how you lose weight. You don't need to drink coffee and lemon. You don't need to do any sort of cleansing. You don't need to wrap your body in saran wrap. You don't need to do any of these things. Those things are not necessary, and you don't need to spend extra money. Like, money should not be a barrier for you to lose weight. Calories in, calories out for the vast majority of people is the way to do it. And if there is anybody that tries to tell you otherwise and then sell you on that thing, run away from them because they should not be trusted. That's all I have to say. Frazier, thank you so much for letting me infiltrate your video. You look fantastic, by the way, and I hope the rest of the video goes swimmingly.
Firstly, I do just want to say thank you very much to John for coming along and giving his piece in this video. If you want to go subscribe to him, the links are in the description. That is ObeseToBeast. He is a very, very good channel who speaks about these topics quite a lot, and I really recommend you go and watch them. They're very educational and just in general, very enjoyable. But now we have more of an understanding of how the industry actually works, I think we can start to go further into the moral dilemmas of Amberlynn Reid's YouTube channel. Because yes, whilst I think that she is a victim of a predatory industry, I also think she is guilty of tapping into that industry, just like I said before. When you look at her channel, her recently most high viewed videos are about consuming high amounts of calories and weigh-ins, so I think it's clear that Amberlynn knows which videos are going to be the moneymakers. And again, I'm not saying that Amberlynn Reid doesn't want to get down to her goal which she started in 2014, but I definitely think based on the titles and the views that Amberlynn is fully aware, and if not a little bit scared, that she will not get the money that she is getting now if she doesn't do these extreme titles like lying about my weight, fearing for my life, and gaining weight doing Weight Watchers. These are obviously very dramatic titles, and I think Amberlynn knows that these will catch the eye, especially with the eye already on her channel. Failing a diet like Weight Watchers, that's something which will bring in views, and I think Amberlynn certainly knows this and plays into this to get attention.
Okay, so just to let everyone know, I get 83 daily points to eat every day, and then I get 28 weekly points, which is just like extra points if I want to have like a cheat day or I go over a little bit. So these are the points that I have to work with.
2 seconds later.
I feel like at night I'm kind of binging on McDonald's. I truly don't know like why I am having that urge every night. I did it again last night. So that's 2 nights in a row that I did it. And I promised myself that it's not happening again tonight. Like I literally promised myself. I'm just becoming more frustrated with myself because for a while there, like I was doing really good. And I've kind of just like slipped off of that like good streak. And I gotta be honest, it's worrying me because you guys know in the past when this happens, I tend to gain a lot of weight back.
Now, this is where a lot of people start to question the actual sincerity of Amberlynn. She has started this diet and then a day later is getting stressed and frustrated because she isn't losing weight despite she ate McDonald's. Now, I want to say, starting a diet, whether you're gaining weight, which is perfectly valid, or losing weight, which is perfectly valid, it's difficult. It's never going to be easy because ultimately to lose weight, you need to be in a calorific deficit, right? That's a pretty common fact, whether you want a calorie count or not. It's usually just a common fact of how to actually lose weight. But when you begin that, you're obviously going to have a lot of cravings. You're going to have a lot of low energy for the most part because you aren't taking in the calories that your body is really used to. Now, I'm not an expert. I highly recommend you do your research, but I think it's pretty obvious to understand what's going to happen when you start a diet. You're going to feel a little bit shitter because you're not used to that, you know? Your body is starting to lose weight. And even if you're starting a diet to gain weight, you're going to be consuming more calories than usual and your body won't be used to that. This is just a thing that happens. And I think a lot of people question Amberlynn here because she is somebody that has consulted dietitians. She is somebody that has started so many diets and clearly done a little bit of research. So clearly she would know that a diet can be difficult at the beginning, and the fact she's eating McDonald's, it causes a lot of questions to come into this. But I do just want to say, at a genuine level, if that isn't the case, if she genuinely doesn't know this, you need to change your lifestyle rather than trying to quickly lose weight. You're not going to lose weight in a day. Rome was not built in a day. I know that's a very generic thing to say, but it's going to be a long process. And I think rather than trying to go for cutting corners, cheap ways of losing weight, you know, in a short span of time, you would feel much better about yourself if you just did it over a long period of time where you mainly changed your lifestyle rather than focusing on weight loss or weight gain over a short period of time. Ultimately, diets should not be about losing or gaining weight. That might sound a bit insane, but I think what a diet should be about is changing your lifestyle in a healthier way, living life in a healthier manner. I don't think the goal should be what's on the scales. It should be about what's going on in your mind and how you feel. This video from Amberlynn is all about Weight Watchers, another very popular diet that a lot of people have been successful with, because I know people that it's been successful with, but ultimately it is just a diet from another company who are trying to make profits. If you are going to start these diets, I think you need to put into your mind that these companies aren't looking out for you. Yes, their diets may work, but they're not looking out for you. Most of these companies, in my opinion, want you to fail the diet, binge eat, and then come back to the diet, because ultimately your monthly subscription is bringing and driving profits. So just keep that in your mind if you are going to start a diet with a company through some form of subscription-based form. I'm not shitting on you if you do Weight Watchers, that's perfectly valid, but just be aware that the company's overall goal is always going to be profits. And the thing is, with Weight Watchers, because they post these amazing weight loss stories everywhere, it's going to naturally stress you out on the diet if you're doing it and you're not losing weight, because you're going to start to question yourself, get angry and frustrated, which can lead to binge eating. It can. It's something that I myself am very guilty of where I have started a diet and I haven't lost weight and I've got very angry and just ordered a Chinese. It's something that happens and it's perfectly valid, but ultimately I do think a lot of these diets can lead to that in more drastic ways than just trying to change your lifestyle for the healthier, because you see these big stories about how somebody lost 8 stone in the span of 6 months and you yourself don't do that. That can be frustrating and that can lead to binge eating. So Amberlynn, please don't expect results in short periods of time. Just try to change your lifestyle rather than aiming for what's on the scales.
I'm just actively making the choice. Like, I'm not on track today. Like, it's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. I'm gonna get back on track. Like, will I be continuing Weight Watchers or doing something else? Who knows? Like, I have been in the 490s forever, it feels like, and it's just like my body won't let me lose more weight. Like, I feel like I'm just like self-sabotaging. You know what? I don't even know what that means. People are always talking about like self-sabotage, like addicts do it and food addicts do it and people who binge eat. And I'm just like, how does one sabotage themselves without realizing it, but like they're also doing it on purpose? Like, I don't understand. I need to like do more research on self-sabotage because I just don't get it. So I don't want this video to be like a Debbie Downer.
Amberlynn, I feel like the mental block here is actually your YouTube channel. I genuinely believe, whether you even think it right now or not, subconsciously, you are afraid to follow your original goals because you have this very consistent upload and stream schedule, which if you don't hit, you're not going to bring in money. And I think a lot of these videos in this consistent schedule are all about catching the eye with dramatic titles. And I think you are only hindering yourself with this because every day you are thinking, what do you need to do to get the views, to pay the bills? And obviously that is going to make you, you know, try a new diet, do a new diet, which can lead to stress eating because you're getting stressed by trying a new diet every single week. And I think that's why your goals aren't being hit. Amberlynn has done over 2,000 YouTube videos, 2,000 videos documenting her weight loss journey where she gained over 100 pounds. Does anyone genuinely believe that her YouTube channel is good for her? Because I honestly don't. There is this ever so quickly growing genre of YouTube where there are creators which I don't want to sound horrible, but they consume a large amount of calories and plaster it over the YouTube, like Nikocado Avocado. They put up videos about being disabled, about having a heart attack. People like Foodie Beauty who do a lot of extreme things with food, and that is designed for monetary gain, where they are putting their health at risk because people can't look away from a car crash, and this is a worrying trend which I will continue to speak about. And this has existed for a very long time. This isn't just a specific thing to YouTube. You could go into a supermarket, walk past the magazine section and see a load of magazines about weight loss and weight gain, and there will be some stories on there where there'll be some obscene photos on the front cover about how somebody's gained 500 pounds over 2 years, and this will sell because people are fascinated by this, just as they are with diets. People are fascinated by the entire industry, not just about them losing and gaining weight, but about other people losing and gaining weight. So this whole industry is just this one big circle which will continue to go on forever because we are so fascinated with diet culture, which is just really, really sad. And according to market research, the diet industry in the US alone is worth $72 billion. Billion. That is how massive this thing is. That is why so many people contribute to this, because they want their slice of the pie. Quite literally. Now, over the last few years, because of movements like the body positivity movement, dieting has actually started to decline and companies have started to rebrand and supposedly focus on wellness. And sure, at face value, that's a great thing, you know, they're focusing on mental health and stuff like that, but ultimately, it is just a rebrand. It's the same thing with the same packages, just a little bit rebranded for PR reasons. Ultimately, it's just another diet. Even if it is focused on wellness, you are dieting, and that is what is going to get the money. I don't care if they change their name. I don't care if these companies try to seem a little bit nicer on social media. The ultimate goal is to make money off you and me. And as much as I am critical of somebody like Amberlynn Reid, I truly do feel sorry for them, because as much as people don't like her for valid reasons, and as much as I question her morals and ethics when it comes to diet culture and monetary gain, I want her to know that she doesn't need to make content like this, because whilst I do think a lot of it is immoral, I feel like she herself believes now that she has been pushed into a corner where this is the only content that she can make, but the reality is that people would rather see this.
Hi, my name's Amberlynn and I wanted to start a a YouTube channel for weight loss. I see a lot of videos of other people doing it, and it's so motivating, and it's just something I'm really, really interested in doing.
Amberlynn, I said this about Nikocado Avocado. I said this about other creators. People would rather see a healthier lifestyle be promoted. I think if you started to go down a route of where you actually are bettering yourself, not just as a weight loss thing. I don't want people to think this is about weight loss or weight gain. This is about healthier lifestyle. If you started to go down that sort of route of saying, yeah, I am now living a healthier life where I'm not going to focus on diet culture and new trendy diet fads, I think people would be very happy about that. And I have seen in the past where Amberlynn has actually done good for a few months, and people have actually started to get excited and applaud Amberlynn for actually trying to change her lifestyle for the better. But then it just goes down the cycle, the common Amberlynn Reid cycle of starting a new diet trend, saying that she's gaining weight and just, you know, getting back to where we were right at the beginning. I don't believe Amberlynn needs to do that, and whilst it is easy to say, I just want Amberlynn Reid to know that she doesn't need to. She can get views living a healthy lifestyle. To conclude this video, the diet industry is a toxic, predatory industry, and influencers certainly do play into that. And after my own weight loss journey, my own lifestyle change, I want to start speaking about these topics much, much more. So if there is anyone who has contributed to these negative implications on this platform when it comes to diet culture, comment below who or what you would like me to cover, and I will certainly do that. But I just want to end this by saying, just because I've lost weight, just because you see somebody else lose weight or gain weight, if you're happy with where you are, you feel healthy, that's great, that's perfectly valid. And I want to end this by saying, please, for the love of God, do not follow these crazy diet fads where they say you can get this certain goal in a short space of time. It will only lead to negative implications for the rest of your life. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to comment down below, that would be amazing. Like this video, get it to 35,000 likes, and I will do another video about this topic next week. Please like this video because it does actually help it in the algorithm. And if you don't do it, I'm going to send Nikocado Avocado to your house where he's going to make you like the video, and he's going to make your grandma like this video. Please follow my second channel, iNabber Live, where I speak about these things live. I've also got Twitter, iNabber69, and Instagram at iNabber. It's all there in the description. Thank you so much for coming along. I am now going to go to bed. Peace out, everybody. Take it easy, and have a good day.